JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones. Hi guys, welcome back. As we take a look back at the major news items of the week, December 18 to 24. But before I do so, let me use this opportunity on behalf of the JBN family to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas. In our first news item, cop granted bail after viciously abusing girlfriend. A police constable, identified as Ryan Anderson, who was stationed at the Orange Bay Police Station, was offered $600,000 bail when he appeared in the St. Mary Circuit Court after he was accused of assaulting his girlfriend over several days. Anderson is alleged to have battered the woman repeatedly, including kicking her in the mouth, bursting her face with a beer bottle, and stomping on her. It is also alleged that he had kept her handcuffed in their home and that she received some of the assault while being cuffed to a sink. The lawman is also alleged to have shaved the woman's head after forcing her to cut off her hair. It is further reported that Anderson fired shots to intimidate the female and showed her 2 bullets, telling her that he was going to bust one and use it for Pisnar. The alleged assault took place in November after Anderson reportedly took the complainant's phone and saw a message from a particular person. The accused is alleged to have confronted the man in question, who confirmed that he had met with his partner. The phone incident arose after Anderson slapped the woman in her face after questioning her about the number of men texting her and had broken her phone chip. The woman claimed she had reported the incident to the police when Anderson drove her to the Orange Bay Police Station to report that the man who she had the affair with had raped and assaulted her, but Anderson told them it was the man who had assaulted her. He was arrested and charged after police reportedly went to his home after receiving information about a dispute. When he appeared in court, his lawyer Courtney Rowe applied for bail on humanitarian grounds. Rowe told the judge that Anderson suffers from a medical condition and has visited the hospital on at least 3 occasions while in custody and was admitted on 1 occasion. He submitted the entries that were made in the medical journal at the station, where Anderson is being kept to support his submission. The prosecution strongly opposed the bail request, but the judge accepted the application, noting that she did not believe that Anderson is a flight risk. He is scheduled to return to court on January 5, 2023. And so guys, this story has made me so angry for more than one reason. A police constable is supposed to be upholding the law. Somebody that I should run to if I'm in an abusive situation. That is supposed to be my protector. But instead of him being a protector, he's now the villain. Anderson beat this woman mercilessly. Imagine being kicked in the mouth by a man who maybe have on the same big old government shoes. Burst her face with a beer buckle. Have her go and stamp on her. Handcuff her and beat her, shave her head. I mean, this is crazy. This man lost it. And you know why this man lost it? Because he went into the woman's phone and found out that the woman had given bun. Women, men, and everybody can take bun. Not that it was right for him to respond in this way, but we never know. Sometimes our partners will respond when they are confronted with this. A whole heap of man get mounting a road for this. A whole heap of man kill them woman for this. Women, we need to understand that if we're no longer in a relationship with a person, we no longer love the person, we no longer want to be around the person, then we need to cut ties and move on. We cannot be having a relationship with a man and then have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different men. It can't work. And so we know how we are going to lose with life. We have to understand that and we have to wise up. We see it on the news over and over again. And everybody can take bun. Not that it was right for him to respond in this way, because if a woman give you a bun, brother, no matter how much you love her, you have to find a way to move on. Because you could have killed her. And right now you have a serious case hanging over your head. You'll no longer be a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Your life will never be the same again. Why? Because you can't manage bun. And you maybe feel that the woman belong to you. The woman don't belong to you, but the woman don't belong to you neither. As I heard a young lady say to a young lady one day, 2 young ladies speaking, and one said to the other one, say, I just film season for this. Film season soon over. Some can get this because of film season. So brethren, maybe your season is over and a time for you to move on. We have to understand that we have to, easy, love is not something you just fall out of. Because some people have obsessive love, and love is not something you just fall out of easily. But men, remember, if it not work out, if you say the woman are them kind of woman they who can't keep them foot and legs closed, not saying that this is what happened to this woman, because I don't know her. I mean, I want nobody can say me accuse the woman of being that be. But you have to understand, so listen, If you not work out, move on. No man not supposed to have this whole text I sent you. You're not supposed to be in a relationship with another man. But what was even worse about this story is that Anderson carried the woman to a station to go report the man, say the man rape and assault her. No, this man could have now been in jail facing rape charges and assault charges for something that he was not aware of. But it leads to the question that when Anderson went and confronted this man to find out if he's dating a woman, brother, why you say yes? We have to understand, so we also have to be discreet. Because if you know, so the policeman and the woman still there. Oh, you're so brazen for going to say yes, men are there. No, man, listen, you have to deny it, man. I want to you have to deny it and say, no, me don't know, I want to call it. His sister one call her after that and say, what is you get me, you know? Because Anderson couldn't shoot him, you know? He couldn't dead, you know? The man could have lost his life. Is it a case that he was not aware that she was still involved with him? Boy, there are so many questions to this story. But of course, these judges never fail to amaze. $600,000 bail. Why was he given bail? On humanitarian grounds because he's sick. That woman is now mentally sick. That woman is physically sick. That woman is emotionally sick. That woman is sick after going through all of that abuse. Who is going to be there to protect her? Where shall I do? Go in the moon, go hide, go on Mars? Because right now I think this woman's life is in danger. But tell about the system. Judges and lawyers. They never cease to amaze. But moving on. Because if maybe not don't talk about that, it'll just send up my blood pressure. Because I know a lot of women are really hurt about this story. Let me move on. It was not a good week for pastors, guys. Linva Lewis, the pastor at the Spanish Town Tabernacle and Greater Portmore Tabernacle, was shot several times near his Portmore home on Monday. He was attacked just after midday by gunmen who opened fire at him while he was driving from his house on Northwest 10th Way in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine. It is believed that he was ambushed. The incident occurred in the presence of other family members who were traveling with him. As he came under gunfire, Lewis lost control of the motor car he was driving, which veered off the roadway and onto a sidewalk, coming to a halt in a clump of small trees meters away from his home. Church members and members of his community have since expressed shock and outrage at the incident. Lewis was taken to hospital where he died while undergoing treatment. He's the husband of a Jamaica Labour Party council caretaker. The police have not yet established a motive for his killing. And over in Westmoreland, a man was gunned down in Little London on Friday. This man has been hailed as a man of God by his family and the wider community. Christopher Gale is said to have been riding home on his bicycle from choir practice at his church when he was killed by unknown assailants. He was a man of God. He's a good boy, a prayer warrior, his mother Millicent Richard said of her now deceased 27-year-old son. Richard said Gale left their home in the crime-plagued community of Russia to live with his bishop, who heads the King Jesus Pentecostal Church in the parish. 2 years ago, him left and live with him bishop. When he sing and pray, the yard mashed down. Me don't know how him not see the death there. Because everything him always say when right, the mother said, as she believes her son had spiritual gifts. A number of persons have since come out on social media to condemn the killing of Gale. They said that he was not somebody who was involved in any crime that they were aware of. It was a man who was always preaching, always talking about God. So everybody is just surprised as to why. Why was this young man killed? You know, it begs the question, was he on the bicycle that belongs to somebody else? Was it a case of mistaken identity? Questions continue. Why was this young man killed? The police are doing their investigations, so hopefully sooner or later, some breakthrough will be made. And over in Hanover, a female minister of religion was found dead on the premises of the church manse on Friday. The young pastor has been identified as Reverend Tanisha Ashburn. The cause of death and how she was found are still not yet clear. The police have not yet released that information, so hopefully we'll hear very soon as what caused the death of this reverend. And so guys, it was not a good week for pastors at all. We don't know how she died, so I don't know if she was murdered. But for the other two, for Lois and Gail, families, church members are in mourning that these two good men, productive members of society, were taken out in this manner. So just ask to remember their families and their church family in our prayers. Now, apart from it not being a good week for pastors, it was also not a good week for wanted men. A man wanted by the Westmoreland police was shot dead and a gun was reportedly seized during a confrontation with cops in Bethel Town in the parish on Tuesday night. The deceased has been identified as O'Shawn Gordon, otherwise called Tovel, from the community. Reports from the police are that about 8 p.m., a team of police officers conducted an intel-led operation at Galloway District in Betheltown in search of Gordon, who was wanted for the 2018 murder of Chavoy Turner. Information led the police to the premises where it is believed that Gordon was staying. It is alleged that when the police approached the house, a man was seen walking from the right side of the building and started to act suspiciously when he saw the lawmen. The officers then shouted police, and it is alleged that the man immediately pulled a gun from his waistband and opened gunfire. The lawmen, reportedly in fear for their lives, took evasive action and returned fire in the direction of the man. When the shooting subsided, the man was seen suffering from gunshot wounds to his upper body and clutching what was found to be a Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 4 rounds. The man was identified as Gordon. He was taken to the Savannah Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. No member of the police party was injured during the operation. And as I said, it was not a good week for a wanted man. A man who was captured by the Hanover police after eluding them for 8 years has died while in jail. 53-year-old Eric Clark, otherwise called Legacy, died on Wednesday. There are unconfirmed reports that he was involved in an altercation with other prisoners. Clark was taken into custody last week Tuesday. He had been on the parish's most wanted list in connection with a murder committed in the rural community of Cashel or Patty Hill in the parish in 2014. Despite living in the same area, Clark had managed to elude the police on numerous occasions. While on the run, he was also said to be a threat to women in the area. So over in Betheltown, the police got intelligence on Tovel and went to the premises where he was. And for some reason, as what them said, in think him a still bad man, so him pulling gun, and police then say, listen, we life in jeopardy, so we have to do something, so them name Tovel food. But for Legacy now, tell us that this man was a very bossy name. Very bossy name for a wanted man. Was wanted for 8 years. In the same community, Cashel or Patty Hill. Now, the question that I want to ask is, how many persons knew that he was wanted? Because I've seen this man on the wanted list for quite some time now. So this wanted man is a move on in the community like nothing. And they say it was a threat to women, so what, was he a rapist? So the people them have a rapist a walk in the community and quite alright. 8 years it take for police to catch him. Well, unfortunately for him, he never get to see the judge. He was taken into custody and he was killed in jail by some other prisoners who maybe want to go in there and behave like him a bad man pan them and them just say, listen, we have to name the boy a food, which they did. But the sad thing about this is that Legacy people them can now sue the government because he was killed in custody. So can you imagine this man who was a nuisance to us when he was alive is still going to be a nuisance to us now that he's dead? Because we know I've got maybe dig deep in our pockets if we could pay off in family. Can you imagine? I mean, this is just ridiculous. But it is the law, it is what it is. So we might have got deep in our pocket now if we got pay Legacy people for the fact that Legacy lost his life in jail. Never got to see the judge. He was innocent until proven guilty. Oh boy, a nuisance alive and still a nuisance when in dead. Moving on, Canadian PM to vacation in Jamaica for 1 week. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is set to visit Jamaica for a 1 week vacation with his immediate family after the Christmas holidays. Now, anybody remember that just recently Canada had issued an advisory to its citizens that they ought to be careful when they visit Jamaica because crime was rampant in every town and in every city, and SOE was on and they can be pulled over by the police and questioned or searched. But I guess the PM is coming with his full entourage, and everybody wants to come enjoy a piece of the rock. So let us welcome him and say enjoy yourself, and when you go back up, please tell us, change the narrative a little bit in terms of who we are and in terms of crime and violence in this country, because it's not everywhere you go is so much crime and violence, And sometimes people are killed because of who they are associated with. People are killed because they are criminal themselves. Sometimes they are mistaken identities, and sometimes people are killed because of bad men. But all in all, and everyone in Jamaica bad. So let us wish the Prime Minister and his family a happy vacation, and that they will free up some Canadian visa. Some people in the comment and say, I hope they free up some Canadian visa. Free up some Canadian visa. Because some people really don't want to necessarily go live, but they just want to go visit. So let us wish him and his family a happy vacation, and that they go back to Canada with great reports. And finally, woman killed by her own knife in Spalding. A woman is dead, and another has been taken into police custody following a dispute in Spalding, Clarendon on Friday. The deceased has been identified as 26-year-old Jardine Grant, otherwise called Kim, of Cobbler District. Now, the police are saying that at about 2:15 p.m., the accused was heading home when she was pounced upon by Grant, who threatened to kill her with a knife. A tussle ensued, during which the accused managed to disarm Grant and used the same knife to stab her. Grant was taken to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. So the police report is different from the word on the street. The word on the street is that Grant went to the home of the girl, was involved in a relationship with a man who she was also in a relationship with. Now, of course, teeth and tongue meet because girl go down a girl yard fight off girl over man. And during the altercation, she was stabbed. They say it was her knife that she went there with. So, of course, look like, I don't know, maybe the other girl better than her or whatever. But in this day and age, modern day, 21st century, is it that men are so short? That people are still, I remember back in the day, me used to hear about enough of this, so man a fight over man. I didn't even know that it was still so rampant. That you're going to leave your yard, if this is the truth. Leave your yard. Go down a woman's yard. If you go attack a woman over man. You don't own a man, just like a man not own you. So me can't figure this out. I don't know if it is how I am programmed or I was grown. And I know a lot of females can attest to this. If a man no want you, a time for you move on. Me not go throw down myself for me name, me not go cry and beg to him. Me not go do that. And if a man have somebody else, it means him don't value me no more. So it's time for me to move on. But me, not go nobody yard if you go attack them. No, it's a little different for the person who was attacked. Because if somebody come in your house and them come to attack you, you're going to defend yourself. You understand me? So it wouldn't necessarily be a case of she fighting over the man, because I don't know what the conversation was about or it got to the stage of the fighting. But if somebody come in your yard, your yard, your place of residence, your place of comfort, your place of security. Just like if a thief come in your house and you catch him in, say, listen, if I catch him in my house and I can chop off your head, I go chop off your head. Because this is my place. You shouldn't cross the border. It's the same thing. Is it a case that she went there and no man said, listen, you shouldn't cross the border. You shouldn't come step to me like this. And a fight start. So everybody goes to listen, this woman a fight over a man. But was she really fighting over the man, or was she just trying to protect herself? So many questions. But she has been taken into custody. And I'm surely going to follow up this one. Is she going to be charged, or she's going to be released for self-defense? Although it is the judge that is going to decide, or the jury that is going to decide if it is self-defense. But my girl, what I'm telling you, calm on yourself now. What makes someone we have to walk on like we bad, sir? We are bullbuck and dopey conqueror. And there's sometimes somebody else right about if we cool, No, she's dead. Living a beautiful, I say beautiful little girl. Now this girl is going to grow up without a mother. And there's no love like a mother's love. But you know what? We not even take up too much on a wonderful Christmas day now. So guess what? We need to go eat something, eat one slice of cake and drink a cereal and give the Lord thanks that He has blessed me to see another Christmas. That I can sit down here and I can chat to them, because sometimes I chat nothing, but not all the while. You have to get me you have to really and truly catch me and get me in a mood sometimes if you do your work talking. So guess what? It is a pleasure if you talk to one more evening. When I go sit down and want to make a cut on yourself, when I eat all per cake. What's so nice because I eat all per arm, because I don't want to put on no weight coming into January. But just take me giving you permission, go sit down, cut one little piece of cake and drink one half glass of cereal. And bless up on yourself. And then me soon the next week, and me tell you again, no walk good. Show love, show respect. Enough love, blessings. It's your girl, Michelle. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily to receive our weekly uploads. So, our week in review. All right, whatever it is, I'm the same one.